Today, in over 60 locations across the UK, thousands of young children are striking school to protest the UK government's inaction over climate change. Rather than sitting in class this morning, young people have taken to the streets to make their voices heard. UBTV is here in Bristol to find out more. And why are you girls here today?
To support, to make sure that the government stop overheating the world and making sure that polar bears get their homes like penguins and all that.
I'm here because there's no point in going to school if there isn't a school to go to or a world to live in.
I believe that we need to do something, take action really quickly on climate change, because if we don't, I don't know what's going to become of our world, and that's really upsetting.
And why do you think it's important that we listen to children?
It's their future. I mean, we got to look at, and this is long term. It's not just our children, it's the children's children and the generations after that. Because if we don't do something now, it's not going to get any better. It's going to get worse.
Bristol is one of the only cities in the UK to declare a climate emergency, but the UK government is yet to do the same. This is one of the key demands of the protesters, along with reforming the educational curriculum to make the ecological crisis a priority, communicating the urgency of this crisis to the general public, and finally incorporating youth views into policy making.
So I'm Zoe Bonnet, I'm 14 and I'm from just outside Bristol in a place called Thornbury.
Great, and I hear that you have organised this, is that true?
Yes, mostly true, yeah.
And I think on the phone you said to me you're expecting about 30 to 40 people. Doesn't look like 30 to 40 people. How many people do you think are here?
Yeah. So probably about 400 to 500.
And why do you think people are interested? Why is it important for young people?
So basically it's important for us young people because it's our future. So it affects the whole of our lives, and what we also remember is that we are fighting for our future, but we're also fighting for the futures and the present of everyone around the world already affected by climate change. Kids across the world that are in famine, drought, anything like that.
And when will you stop? When will you stop striking and stop protesting?
We'll stop striking and we'll stop protesting when the government listens to us and declares a climate emergency.
And do you think all the decisions should be left to the adults?
In some ways I think children can be really easily influenced to what your mum and dad may think, but I definitely think people of our age, 17, 16 upwards, we definitely should be heard, and that's why I think today is amazing, because we're letting our voices be heard.
There are arguments about children not understanding their voting responsibilities at age 16, but things like today where the majority of people are sort of in the demographic of 15 to 18, it proves that people know what they're on about, and it's breaking the stereotype.
What do you have to say to Theresa May?
Go away.
You heard it here first. So Leo, what message do you have to say to Theresa May?
We need a change and we need it now.
We've all got children, and this is bigger than Brexit, it's bigger than selling off our NHS, it's bigger than party politics. We've got one chance to save the world, and we haven't got the power you've got, so bloody get out there and do it.
Just listen to us today. We are concerned, and I think you have the power to change it, so help us do that.
Following similar strikes in Australia and Belgium, these protests are scheduled every month for the foreseeable future as part of the Fridays for Futures campaign.